guys, or good evening, or good afternoon, whatever it may be. It is actually morning for me. It is only 8:05 in the morning right now, and I had some other stuff to do today, and I wanted to do like a new at the drugstore kind of get ready with me, showing some of these products. I've used all of these products pretty extensively, so I'll be able to give you like small reviews along the way. And hi, if you've never seen me before, hi, my name is Sweetie Pie, aka Melissa, on this channel, and subscribe if you would like. And yeah, we're gonna use some new Wet n Wild. I have a new Wet n Wild tinted foundation to use. I have a new primer. I have some new Pixie stuff to use. This is Pixie X Promise. I don't know who Promise is, but I bought it anyway because it looks so pretty. And then I also have this new Pixie palette. This is their Rosette Ray. And then I have some new Wet n Wild palettes. And I can't remember if I used these in my last Get Ready With Me at the drugstore or not, but I wanted to have a few things to use. I also brought out the Revlon. I don't know if anyone has seen these or not. These are the Revlon So Fierce Prismatic eyeshadows. And I also am going to do my brows. I've got this soap styler by Revolution. I have used this like crazy. It looks nasty. Anyway, and yeah, we've got some more sprinkled stuff in here as well. So if you are interested in getting ready with me, then obviously stay tuned. All right, guys. So I'm going to start off. I'm actually going to use two primers today because I kind of wanted to talk about two primers today. First one we're going to talk about is the Wet n Wild Glass Correct Primer and Brighten. It says brightens crystal-like skin with vitamin C. Skin looks naturally corrected and reflective as a crystal. The yellow color correcting filter brightens and corrects dullness for a glowing complexion. Includes vitamin C with radiancy boost properties. Wear alone or to prep skin for lasting makeup. So this, like, okay, I definitely know about vitamin C, at least a little bit, to the fact of this is a clear bottle, so vitamin C is not something that I think can, like, withstand the sun or light of any kind, maybe. So vitamin C out the window. It feels like a moisturizer, and it does leave, see, like a dewiness behind, and it does leave a little bit of tackiness behind, which I do like. Other than that, as for like the yellow properties, I don't see any of that, but the tackiness and the little tiny bit of pearl is pretty. It's not my favorite primer, but it's okay. It's all right. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm, and let's put it on while we talk about it. So Emily Noel, which is probably second favorite YouTuber in my book. I think she is awesome. I think she's informative, and she's sweet as friggin', oh my gosh, she's like, she reminds me of like a Southern Belle, honestly. It's like that kind of vibe. Anyway, she talks about this primer quite a bit and says that it is so much like the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and of course I had to buy it. I do like the e.l.f. one, which I have been using the crap out of this one. This one is nicer though, I think. I think I like this one a little bit more. It does smooth and make your foundation look very nice on top. I will say that. I have been using my like e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream, and then I've been using this on top of that, and then my foundation. I've been doing this like this routine that I'm doing right now. I've been doing for like a week now, and it's been working out pretty well. So yeah, I really actually like this. I think it is very smoothing, very nice, and probably a little bit better than the e.l.f. one. I've never tried the Tatcha one, or if I have, it was only like a small sample. So as that's just kind of sinking in, I've got a Real Technique sponge today. I do not like this as much as the Paw Paw sponge. I don't like this even as much as the like Dollarama brand sponges, like these ones. These ones, if you ever find these at your Dollarama, scoop them up because they're really good. It's just a really dense sponge, but I'm going to use it today just because that's the one that I grabbed. So now that that's kind of sunk into my face, we are going to... Now, I do not have a concealer, but the concealer that I have been using, and I'm almost out of this, and seriously, I want to go buy another one of these like right now. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Long Wear Concealer. This is so beautiful, full coverage. If you have like something to cover, this is your best friend. I love this concealer. I think it is amazing. I use it all the time, and I have literally taken the stopper out of this so that I can use it still. Because there's still tons of product in there when you take the stopper out, if you didn't know that. And then we're going to go over top of the concealer with the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. I have mine in light medium. There were actually like 5 or 6 shades that I saw. It says it has hyaluronic acid, squalene, oil-free, sheer to medium coverage. I'm going to show you what this can do. Okay, so I'm probably going to speed through this so that you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. I am going to, you know, buff it all in with my sponge. Let's get into this. Tell me that isn't like some really pretty coverage, but also sort of natural. Because like, as you can see, you can still see some spots. So if I wanted to do some more covering, I totally could. And I'm just going around the mouth with this as well, and then just the top of the forehead. And I'm just using that light shade. Okay. Then I want to take this, which I haven't really used that much, and we're just going to take a fluffy brush and see how this works. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder Waterproof. What? Waterproof? I don't know. Completely white, and it really, like, it's pretty... Nothing there. And I'm just going to... Or anything, I definitely need a little bit of bronzer right now, but so far so good, right? Good? Yeah, right? Okay. Let's do some bronzer. Ugh. It's been my arch nemesis lately. I'm actually going to use this. This is the, what is this? Pro Mini 55.5 from Sephora. I've been using this a lot lately. And let's go in with this. Actually, I ended up getting the last 2 of the CoverGirl True Blend So Flush blushes, and this one's their bronzer. This is in Sunset Glitz. It's kind of on the, like, I don't know, it kind of looks a little bit grayer. And I'm just going to start working that into the skin. See, but it still looks pretty bronze on the forehead. Like, it's still got some red to it. It's just kind of an interesting color for a bronzer. Now, I figure I might as well use one of the blushes as well. This one is in Love Me, and it's one of their, like, this one has, it's not, I don't So they've got Love Me and then they've got Sweet Seduction. This one is more on the sheeny side. That was the first one I had, and then that is Love Me. And then they have this one, which is just like, what? This one is in Hot Frenzy. This one you gotta be careful with. But I'm gonna use this one today. This one is in Love Me, and it's just like that really pretty kind of pinky peachy color. And as I said, be freaking careful with these. And just letting everybody know that I really bring my blush up like a lot now because of Corona, essentially, because of the Rona. It's a mask world now, so as much as I feel like sometimes when you're not wearing the mask, it can be like a little bit like, what the heck? When you have the mask on, it looks very normal. But that's just the way I do my makeup now. I feel like I'm doing my makeup to fit the mask a little bit. All right, we're on to brows. And now I really don't want to make you guys sit through this whole freaking process because in actuality, I'm still unsure of this process. But we're gonna do a little bit and we'll see how this goes. And then I'll just speed up or slow down any relevant parts. So with this, now, if you're a longtime subscriber, you know that I always keep a water bottle because there are 100 different reasons why you would need water. To wet your sponge, to this, to that, and for this, because you literally need a little bit of water to activate the soap in this. So once I get it on the spoolie, I'm a little more careful because if you use too much of this, it can actually feel very like hairspray-like. So I'm nice and gentle, and this is usually the brow I'm looking for. All right, so I usually give that a minute to set. And then the next thing I want to actually use, this is such a good invention. I'm just going to shake them up. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. I have one in ash brown and one in taupe. I just found that the ash brown was just a tiny bit too dark, but now I find myself using both of them. I know, I'm a crazy person. So let's zoom in just a little bit so you can maybe see this a little bit better. This is a tiny tipped, essentially eyeliner pen that has less pigment. And what I do is, let's hope I can do this. I literally start creating. And I have like no brow right here, right? So I just start creating a brow there. And then I start going outward. And because this one is a little bit light, it's not going to show up quite as much. And then once I'm done with that, I take the darker one with both of them. I'm left with a brow that looks like this. And you can see there's still a little bit of sparseness in there and whatnot. So what I'll do, and I don't really have a new one exactly here, but I did pick up the Ultimate Universal Brow Stencil Kit by Wet n Wild. Let me pop this baby open. That's the only thing I hate about this. And we're just going to use the powders in here. Do I have my brushes here? Here we go. We're just going to use this angled brush. And I'm just like dabbing into the lightest one and the darkest one. And then all I do is kind of go around. Oh. And see, and then I just make it a little more prominent, a little more filled in. And you can totally clean this up in a minute, and I'm gonna just do that for you, and then I'm gonna do the other brow. Not off camera maybe, but just, so yeah, it looks more natural and I like it. I've been kind of perfecting it. This is not perfected, so I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna just take my MAC Painterly paint pot and we're just gonna clean this up a tiny bit. And like all I do is like just, you know, put it on my brush and then just go across the edge. And honestly, I feel like this really just blends right into the eye. Even if you didn't want to prep your eye completely, this color for me just kind of washes into my eye and then it's nice and pronounced. All right, let's see if I can create it on the other side. All right, now let's get into something funner. Oh, I always wait for eyes, honestly. What am I going to do today? I'm excited. Okay, so I have, oh, and by the way, I did also have, which I didn't use, and I'm sorry, I had the NYX, the brow glue. It's just okay. This is so much better. I like this so much more. I actually just bought the Iconic London. You know, I wanted one of these spoolies so badly in the paintbrush form, and they have their brow silk, I think is what it's called. Ooh, so excited. Anyway, I do have this. It's just okay. I think it's a little goopy. It is brow glue. They're not lying. It is very good at keeping your brows in place. It's just, I feel like it's a little, like, you know what I mean. This is definitely going into worst products of 2021. This is the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. I tried to use this several times, and this is just a dry piece of crap. Okay, so I don't like it. I don't know how anyone has used this. The Putty Blush. I cannot remember what shade this is in. This is really nice though. This is like a really nice formula. I actually like this quite a bit. I wish I could get the color that I actually want, but my Shoppers doesn't carry them all. So that's what I'm looking at. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to use all this eyeshadow, but I do want to use something. Should we do like a berry look today or something? I have this one. This is Heart and Soul from Wet n Wild. It's like their new color icons. And then I have Sundays and Go Commando. They're both really neutral. I also have this one, which I honestly don't like. I don't like this. I've used this several times and I do not like these eyeshadows. They are just not that good. I am not buying any more Pixie eyeshadows. And then I threw in these just in case there was a color I wanted to use. Pause. Let me think for a minute. I think I know what I'm gonna do. So today, what we're gonna actually do is we're gonna use this one. This is the Heart and Soul palette by Wet n Wild. It is so cute and pretty, and we're gonna do a berry look today. I think we're gonna go full berry. I wish I had like a special shadow to use or something. I was thinking about using this pink shadow here, but let's see. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do kind of a basic look using these mattes here, and then I'm gonna put one of these shimmers on the lid. We'll use a little bit of setting spray so that it's nice and poppy, and we'll just see how this goes. So I'm going to start off with a little bit bigger blending brush. This is actually a crease shadow brush by the brand Kit. It's sold in my, what would it be? I think it's Rexall. I think it is. All right, so going in with that Far Peach shade, and I'm just gonna kind of fluff that on the top of the crease. Just to start off my blending a little bit. And then I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to go right into that berry shade and start working that in the bottom, ooh, in the crease. That blends really nicely though. And I'm gonna put a little bit underneath. And then I'm gonna go right beside it into that dark brown, kind of brush that off a little bit and kind of place that right on the edge of that outer corner. I'm just brushing my brush off a little bit, going back into the peachy shade. Nice and gentle, just like that. And then let's pick a shimmer. And I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna use my finger for this one. I haven't used this like peachy shimmer here. You know what, let's do this one. So I'm gonna go into that peachy shimmer, just like that. Ooh, that's so pretty. And then I'm gonna grab, I got the e.l.f. Makeup Mist. And I'm just gonna spray that on my finger and, ooh, that's pretty. That is really pretty, guys. See, Wet n Wild is like ridiculous with their eyeshadows. Oh, that is really pretty. That is the prettiest. Oh, so pretty. Okay, need a, okay. Now, for the inner corner, the only one I actually have to choose from is like this one. So I'm actually think I'm going to, yes, I'm gonna go into this one, which is Go Commando. Pop You Open. This shade here is amazing, but I'm actually gonna use this one, and I'm gonna grab a tiny little brush. This one is the Luxie Mini Rounded Brush. You see how tiny that is? And I want to spray this as well, but I love a like really poppy inner corner. Ooh, almost lost that palette. Tell me that's not pretty. That is so nice. Okay, I am going to do the other eye and then I will come back to you. We'll do some mascara and we'll just talk collectively about these products. All right, guys. So I threw on some mascara. I literally just used my Better Than Sex with this, which is kind of coming to a close. Those Wet n Wild eyeshadows are the bomb. Like, get a grip, they're the bomb. I did throw on the highlight that is in the Pixie Plus Promise palette. It's a little icy, but I wasn't even thinking I could totally, you know, do a little dab and make it a little less icy. Should have done that. Doesn't matter. Looks very nice. Pretty. So for lips, I was thinking I'm going to actually, I'm going to go in with, this is the Essence Stay 8 Hour Lip Liner in Tea Time. And then I'm going to use, this is the new one. This is the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout Marshmallow Lip Mousse. This one is in Pour Some Saga on Me, I think. I don't know. Oh my god. Lip liner. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. So let's do a little recap here. I did not end up using, except as a mirror, this Pixie by Petra Rosette Ray palette. It's just not that good, guys. The eyeshadows aren't as dark and pretty as they look in here. This is not a good representation. I just didn't like this palette very much. I have been really enjoying this one, and the bronzers in it work really nicely too, and it goes so deep. You could also use these as eyeshadows because I obviously realized that these shades probably aren't going to fit everybody, but I love, like, that's a good choice. That's a good choice, Pixie. Bronzer and blushes in these CoverGirl True Blend line. I love them. I really love them. And I'm so happy to have all of them now until they bring out more, which chances are they probably won't. Drugstore likes to do that to people. Goodness, it looks like it is going to thunderstorm. Anyway. Back to these. I really like the bronzer. It looks nice. It's very nice and flawless. It's not patchy or scratchy. And the blushes, super pretty. A little goes a long way. Please remember that. Please remember that. Also, the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder. I don't know how waterproof it is, to be honest, but it seems to work pretty good. Love this as well. Everybody knows Hard Candy. This is the Primer Balm. I think this is great, and I'm so happy that I got this. My Walmart, before we went into lockdown, has actually like gotten a, well, no, the makeup section I think is still open. Either way, they got a whole like bigger Hard Candy lineup, so I might do like a full face of Hard Candy or something if you guys are interested. Anyway, these Wet n Wild palettes are phenomenal. Amazing, hands down. I love Wet n Wild eyeshadows. They work beautiful. Like, look at that. They're beautiful. Anyway, also been really loving this Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I've used this for like 2 weeks straight now, and it's been great. The coverage is pretty good. If you're not looking, like if your skin is at a good place right now, you may actually really enjoy this. And I think it sets really nicely all around. Pretty happy with that. Loving this Revolution brow styler. Absolutely loving that. And what do we have left? Everybody knows Putty Eye Primer is garbage. Hate it. Going into the worst products, going into the best products is definitely these NYX Lift and Snatch. So good. So good. Store them upside down though. Store them upside down. Jury's out on this primer. It's okay. It's not bad. I just think that the claims, like with the vitamin C, are a little bit off. Loving the Putty Blush as well. Nice purchase there. And yeah, I think that is it, guys. I hope this video isn't a million years long. I'm hoping I'll be able to downsize it a little bit because I know we were very chatty, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Stay safe, and yeah, mwah. Bye guys.